Hey, and thanks for coming back to this channel. This is something I built a short while ago. It's actually what's called a ramped Tesla coil, which means that it takes the quarter wave from the mains and uses that as a ramp. So it doesn't really have a capacitor. It just basically feeds the inverter circuit directly from the mains without a capacitor bank, and drives this secondary at its resonant frequency using the ramp from the mains. So that results in very, very long sparks for the size of the coil. This coil is only basically 4.7 inches tall, but it can produce sparks that are almost 15 inches. And that's operating at 120 volts. So that's the basic setup. Some changes I made to it is that it's using secondary feedback, and I covered the little feedback transformer with some aluminum foil to shield it from the primary, which produces its own magnetic field. So I wouldn't be getting a combination of secondary feedback and primary feedback. So it just uses secondary feedback to drive this secondary coil at its resonant frequency. And it uses an interrupter which is in sync with the 60 hertz mains, so that the interrupter turns the full bridge on when the ops lap of the mains is coming. So you can basically make it coincide with the mains, and that way you can get your ramp. And it's an ingenious circuit that was developed by a guy several years ago by the name of John Froh. So that's basically it. The primary consists of some thin wire. It's like 16 gauge wire, and I've got 6 turns of it on a 4.5 inch former. And this is 3.5 inches by 4.7 inches tall. And this has 34 gauge wire. And then I fashioned my own small little toroids. So let's check this thing out. You can see some output, but it's out of phase. So let's get it in phase. There it goes. And you can adjust the frequency to max out the resonance. So if you go above the resonant frequency, it gets a lot more grasped. At the resonant frequency, it's like a sword. So this is at the resonant frequency. And you can also change the pulse width of the ramp. Make it a little ramp or a bigger ramp. So let's do that. So you notice it sounds a lot louder and more like a bang with a shorter pulse width. Now I'm going to increase the pulse width. And it's much quieter. Now we're going to change the frequency of the pulses. As you can see, you can change it. It's a little bit hard to adjust it. Here's a container full of different types of bulbs. Let's put it nearby. That's enough to give you a seizure right there. Look at that. you'll notice that it's going in and out of phase with the camera because the camera's not catching all of the discharges. Let's turn down the pulse frequency. There you go, kind of a fun project. There are several circuits out there and I can show you if you're interested in building this thing. But there's several good online circuits on how to construct this ramped Tesla coil, and it uses the CD4046 chip. So it's a variable frequency oscillator with feedback from the feedback transformer, with secondary feedback, to get this thing to lock onto its resonant frequency. So that's basically it. And it's basically two circuits. One is to generate the ramp from the mains, the 60 Hertz mains. The second one is to generate the oscillating frequency to drive this at its resonant frequency. Now we're going to put an evacuated jar of argon near it. First, let me just turn off the lights. So that's it. Glad you had a chance to stop in here, and I do appreciate you checking on my channel. Peace out. Adios.